Go back to the dialog, and you can see we'll change it back to regular, and we're going to turn off Super Chi mode. Actually, we turn off transfer fade in, you'll see that the transfer doesn't stop on each position. In order for background change to be on or Super Chi to be on, transfer fade must be on. There's a transfer fade. As you can see, transfer fades and then it moves. If we were to enable background change and update and run it, you'll see that as the transfer fades, the background changes to that of the current position. Again, background change can only be enabled if fade transfer is enabled. And finally, Super Chi, which also requires both transfer fade and background change to be on, gives you a strobing effect as it lands on each position between the transfer diagram and the background image and the position image. You can see when we enable the use sound, the sound dialog comes back, and now we're going to have that 2-second pause on each one of the positions because it's playing the default sound, which is 2 seconds of silence. You can change the sound for each one of the positions to play whatever sound you want, MP3 or WAV file. It will sit for the entire duration of the sound until it moves to the next position. You can see now that we've removed the transfer fade, but we have the sound on. So there is that pause of the sound playing as it stops in each position, but it's not fading in. And that sound will go on for as long as the sound file does. Keep that in mind when you're setting up your operation parameters for each position. Putting a name of the target person in, dialing a rate, some of the basic settings you need to make for each position. And we're going to head back to the main screen, and then, again, into the import dialog. You can import target images as we've done before, background image, a single image, a folder full of images, transfer image, if you want to run an additional instance of the program. A really cool feature is importing operations from Super Manifestation 4.2. Remember, you still need to have Super Manifestation 4.2 installed on your system in order for this to work. And you will browse to the location in the HSCTI folder, inside the Super Manifestation folder, and inside the operations, saved operations folder, and find the operation that you want to import. This operation will then be imported, and from here you're going to want to save it again, and it will be saved in the new program in the new format. That's a .chi file. And as usual, you're going to want to set all the parameters for each position, as well as the operation-wide parameters, including selecting an image of the target person, the name of the position, the description, dialing the rates, etc. Once you have everything the way you want it, you're going to want to save this file. It will save in the new format. Give it a descriptive name, and click the Save button, and it will be saved for later use. We can test this by hitting the Reset button, clicking the Load button, and selecting the operation, and as you can see, everything is back to the way it was. We'll load the operation we created before, and load this operation again. As you can see, you have total recall of all of your operation information. Now it's time to talk about some of the advanced features of Super Manifestation Ultimate that give it tremendous power. We get to the Advanced dialog by clicking the Advanced button in the top menu, and here we are. There is a section for operations and a section for Chi transfer. You can load a Chi transfer if you're running a second instance of the program, enabling you to do two at once. Let's check out Barrage. Barrage is an extremely powerful feature that enables you to select up to 12 operations and have them run one after another for the time you specify in the drop-down on the right-hand side of the screen. As long as the active button is checked, that operation will run, and they will run in order over and over again for whatever time you specify. This is a great way to schedule a group of operations to play at a given time for a specific purpose. And once you have selected a group of operations and a group of times, everything the way you want it, you can then save this Barrage master file for recall later. So create your operations, create a Barrage file that's made up of operations, save that Barrage file, give it a name, And when you go back to Barrage at a later time, you can load it and all of the information will be ready to go. This is, again, a very powerful feature. Sometimes you want to attack a problem by running several operations that point to the same solution but use different methods. For example, one for business and money, one for customers, one for public relations, etc. Now we're going to check out daily mode. Daily mode is a very powerful mode as well, and it allows you to choose up to 6 operations to run at specific times scheduled throughout the day. And as long as the program is running in daily mode with this daily mode file, they will continue to load and run at the specified times every day. There are some very important things you need to take into consideration when you're scheduling your daily mode. As you can see, I'm using some of these buttons to quickly set some of the times, but don't make them overlap. Leave a 2-minute delay in between the time one operation ends and the next one begins. If they overlap, it will cause problems. You have to be responsible with daily mode. Once you've got everything the way you want it, save the file. When you save a daily mode file, it contains the start times, stop times, whether the file is active, location of the file, and you can see if we reload it, we're going to get the information. But to really demo this, we're going to back all the way out to the start screen. Just exited the program and start all over again. And this time we're going to head straight to the advanced. Go to Barrage. We're going to load up our Barrage file just to show you. There it is. We can hit run and run it from there. We'll go to daily mode, load up that daily mode we created, and you can see there it is. In order to start it, we would use this start button here to start the daily mode. And there you have it. Here's the timer. The timer is going to run whatever operation is currently loaded. Now you're going to load that operation from the main screen. Timer is simply a single operation timer. So whatever operation is currently loaded, when you go to timer, you set the start time, the stop time, and hit start. And it will then count down and run the operation at the start time and end it at the stop time. I'm going to back out of the advanced mode now and back out of the program entirely. I want to show you some other features that I need to reset the screen size for. Something we have not talked about yet is the background stretch feature. Now this is unique to Super Manifestation Ultimate. If I check the background stretch checkbox, I can now resize the Super Manifestation Ultimate screen. Now imagine the power of combining resizing the screen with resizing the position size, and the possibilities for 28 positions and super operations become apparent. This is a very powerful feature that allows you to take advantage of a large screen monitor and really customize your operations on a level that is unprecedented. And of course, the power of 28 positions will allow you to create any operation you can possibly imagine. For purposes of the demo, I'm going to reduce the number of positions. And I'm now going to change the position size to small. Go back into a position edit dialog. Operation parameters, change it to small, hit update. And there it is. We're going to save this operation. Give it a name. And once we've saved it, we'll be able to load it again later and record all of the settings. So I'm going to quickly hit the reset button, go back to the default, and reload this operation. And as you can see, the screen size, the position size, all of the information has been recalled. There's also a lot of information that you can't see, like the internal structural linkage and the internal operation models that run in memory, that make this the most powerful manifestation software that's ever been created. I want to thank you for joining us on this tutorial introduction to Super Manifestation Ultimate Edition from HSCTI, and remind you to stop by chiusersgroup.com and sign up at the forum. Join the discussion and participate. There are digital downloads, user interaction, and more. And remember, this is extremely powerful stuff. Use it wisely.